Has this officer explained to you what's happened?
It's my understanding someone called in about your vehicle being parked on private property.
Okay.
All right. And then that you weren't happy with the way they were handling it, and so
Okay.
they called me.
Yeah, your department's gonna get so many phone calls today.
Probably.
They will. YouTube's gonna love you guys.
Yeah.
Tyrants. A district.
Okay.
We're just here to check you out.
Yeah, you still haven't. What are you still looking for?
Huh?
What are you still looking for?
I can look at the vehicle, sir.
Okay, can you put my stuff back? Since
No, that's officer safety. You have a knife.
Justice isn't always fair, and the silence of the system can sometimes become an invisible wall that muffles the voice of the people. But it is from resilient will, knowledge of constitutional rights, and the light of public oversight that those precious moments ignite, where truth confronts abuse of power head-on, and freedom is never crushed. Let's explore together, expose acts of abuse, and inspire everyone to stand up, understand, and defend their own rights. When legal knowledge is the only shield against abuse of power, the struggle becomes the voice of the entire community.
Has this officer explained to you what's happened?
It's my understanding someone called in about your vehicle being parked on private property.
Okay.
All right. And then that you weren't happy with the way they were handling it, and
Okay.
so they called me.
Mike Hoffman, a private investigator, was parked near a bus stop in a quiet residential area of Alachua County, Florida, when Deputy Telfor, a county deputy sheriff, approached him suspiciously and demanded ID. The reason? A vague accusation of loitering and prowling. But Mike, firm in his legal knowledge, strongly resisted, reminding that under Florida law, ID is only required when arrested or when police have reasonable suspicion. Thus began a confrontation between personal rights and baseless suspicion.
You're going to give me your driver's license here in a minute, or you're going to go to jail for resisting.
Okay.
I'm being honest with you.
I'm going to give him a license, then I'm going to file an internal affairs complaint on you for violating my Fourth Amendment
totally
right.
allowed to do
Name and badge number, sir?
Munson, MONSON 544 for recording.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to give you my Florida investigator's license, which is acceptable to identify myself. This is incredible. You deputies have no problem violating people's rights, man. Apparently, you took an oath to defend the Constitution, correct? Is that correct? Yeah. Can't get that damn thing out of my wallet. Shimmy crypto.
Sheriff, for that.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What county is this? Alachua County. Do you all violate citizens' rights all the time? No response to that, deputy? No response to that. Suspects me of no crime. I haven't broken the law. Under the threat of arrest, has required to give me identification. Now somehow my identity is going to quell his suspicion of whatever it is he has of me. Can you call a supervisor on scene for me, please? I asked for a supervisor.
If you want to sit around and wait for a supervisor, we're more than happy to do that.
Well, you got no problem sitting here detaining me.
Do you want to sit around and wait for a supervisor?
I asked for a supervisor. I'd like for you to call a supervisor. I'm glad you got a smile on your face while you're violating my rights. Did you take an oath to the Constitution, deputy? Ought to be ashamed of yourself. Unbelievable. I suggest you refresh yourself on the law and what reasonable suspicion is. You go ahead and smile now. I will be filing an internal affairs complaint against you. Not that your corrupt internal affairs will do anything about it. Apparently you boys in blue don't know how to break that line.
Hoffman, 1031 to 69 is 5429. Valid Class A CDL license requires 2021. You need the number?
54. Anyone from the vehicle?
So So now you're illegally running me through David. Boys just don't know how to
There's
uphold
no
the law.
public record exemption on tags, right?
Public what?
There's no public
Yeah, but you
record
also
exemption
know
on
there's a
tags.
state, you have to have a reasonable cause to run my tag
I
through
do not.
David. That's why that state
No,
trooper,
I know.
that's why the
No, I
Florida
know.
Highway Patrol trooper got sued, right?
Okay, sir, listen. If I ran your emergency contact, looked at your emergency contact
Just
information,
a minute.
that we're not
allowed. 29 with a valid decal till October 31st.
you know, we got stuff.
May
to
I
go on
ask why
cars
you're
that
running my
automatically
tag?
Run your
619, go ahead.
Because you're parked in front of a house you do not live in.
Is that
That's the
suspicious?
bottom line.
Is that suspicious?
It's very suspicious. You don't even live here. You're
Oh, in
telling me
this
you're from
time
out
and
of
age,
town.
right, with terrorists and everything, right? At this time and age.
Okay. You need to move your vehicle out from in front of your house.
Why?
So you need to move your vehicle out from your house.
So
Okay?
you're saying it's illegal for me to sit there?
Is there even a shoulder? You're parked in the grass. Is there even
It's
a
an
shoulder?
easement, 33 feet from the center line.
Okay, trailer.
Are you giving me a
You're
lawful
free to
command?
go. You can go. Or you can wait for the supervisor to come.
I'm going to
Which
wait
would
for
you
the
like
supervisor.
to do? Please do. Don't go back in your vehicle.
Why can't I go back in my vehicle?
Because I'm standing out here and I don't know what's in your vehicle. If you want us to stand here to wait for a supervisor, I'm good with that. But because the way you're acting, I'm not going to let you get back in your vehicle unless you're leaving. Because I don't know what's in your vehicle.
So can I not stay on the
You can
side
get
of
in
the
your
road?
vehicle and you can leave.
But I can't get in my vehicle and sit there.
Or you can stand right here and wait for the supervisor because I don't know what's in your
Are
vehicle.
you going to stay here and wait as well?
I'm going to stand right here and wait with you.
All right. So once again, once the supervisor leaves and you leaves, am I allowed to sit there and stay there? That's a simple yes or no question.
Why are you sitting here?
I am working.
Okay, where are you working?
That's none of your
I have
damn
never had
business.
this much problem.
None of your
ever
damn. You know
with a private
why?
investigator.
Because you don't have people who know how to stand up for the rights and can't stand arrogant, illegal acting cops. That's why. You've came here. You've required me to show ID when I didn't have to. I'm sitting on the side of a road. I haven't broken a law, and you abused your authority. That gun and that badge doesn't give you abusive rights.
Can I just ask you a quick question?
Sure, go right ahead.
Do you have a house?
Do I have a house?
Do you live somewhere?
No, I live under a fucking rock.
See, now you're being sarcastic, and I'm just asking you honest questions. You're
What
getting
do you
upset. I'm not even
think?
saying anything. So you live in a house. You got private property, right? So you, in your experience,
Yeah.
if somebody was parked right in front of your house like that vehicle is,
Yeah.
would that rouse your suspicion?
Perhaps, yeah.
Would you call law enforcement?
No.
You'd probably go out and handle it yourself.
Probably.
Would you arm yourself and go out there and do it?
May or may not.
Okay, well, not everyone has that courage, sir. They're not as brave as you. So that's when they call us, because this is who we swore our oath to, the citizens of Ohio
Okay.
County.
All right.
So I came here.
Yep.
Now I have to verify who you are.
Well,
now this deputy
let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. See, you think this is funny, deputy?
No, I do not think
Let's
this is
make it
funny.
serious.
I don't think
Let's
this is
talk to
funny
each
at all.
other, two gentlemen, okay? You do understand the Fourth Amendment, right, deputy? What does the Fourth Amendment guarantee?
I'm not going to sit here.
See, you don't
I'm
want
not
to
gonna
talk
sit here and
about
have
something
this
you're going to
debate.
lose that.
But you keep shutting me down. I'm trying to explain to you what's
No,
going
you're
on.
not.
and
You're
not
avoiding it. I'm answering your questions, and you don't want to answer mine. I have a Fourth Amendment right guaranteed by the U.S. Constitution that says I am free from illegal search and seizures. There is Florida statute which states in order for me to ID myself, again, listen to me carefully, in order for me to be required to identify myself in the state of Florida, I must A, be under arrest, or B, you must have RAS or PC that I have committed a crime or am about to commit a crime.
Exactly.
You have none of those standards. You have come here and
You
say
didn't even listen to me. You didn't listen to what I
all right,
said.
then
I
go
tried
ahead.
to explain this very nicely to you.
suspicion.
I have, and that's all I need.
That-
Reasonable suspicion that a crime is or about or has been committed.
Am I in
not
bizarro world, or is this deputy not understanding the English language? Okay, listen to me once again. In order to require me to ID myself, see,
This
you don't want to
conversation's
listen.
going in circles.
No, 'cause you're not
You're
listening.
standing here for the supervisor. I don't particularly want to talk to you anymore. You're free to get in your car and leave.
No,
if you
see,
want to get in your
you're
car, you
not
can
listening.
leave, or you can wait for the supervisor.
What crime do you suspect me of committing or about to?
Now that I've identified you, none.
Despite no clear charge, Deputy Telfor brazenly threatened to handcuff Mike if he didn't comply with showing ID, coercing him to reveal his private investigator license. Mike refused to submit. He firmly demanded a supervisor be called to clarify his constitutional rights under the Fourth Amendment. When the sergeant arrived, Mike openly presented the injustice of police abuse and declared his intention to file an internal complaint, a small flame igniting hope. Even though, in a system rife with silence and deceit, the voice of justice still feels faint.
Do you have a patrol number or ID number? May I have it again? To be honest with you, I don't remember. I'm not asking you to make it say it again. I don't remember you giving it to me. I do remember you saying your name is
Detective Tell, or Deputy Tell, ID 422.
I appreciate that very much.
No problem.
See, I can tell by your body language, man. I'm a certified interrogator. I've been doing this job for 16 years. All right? Look at your body.
Yeah,
Look at your body language.
We can't have a conversation. I
Really?
tried to have a conversation. with you.
What are we doing
And
now?
all you're doing is jumping up and down. You're
I'm
all
jumping up and
upset.
down.
You don't know anything. You're being insulting. You're being rude. But you want me to be nice to you. That's
I'm not
how you want
asking
this
you to be. I'm not
two-way,
asking you to be
right?
nice. You
Okay.
haven't been nice to me. You violated my Fourth Amendment. You're telling me what to do and what I can't do. You told me I can't stay there when I have every legal right to sit there. See, you think that's all okay. Because once again, you have that gun and that badge, and you think that gives you the right to tell people what to do when you have no legal authority to do so. You can't deny any of that, can you? See, your body language is saying I'm absolutely right in what I'm saying, and you're embarrassed about it.
So glad you got that figured out.
Yeah.
No, you're genius. You got it all worked out.
Yeah.
You're fast here, correction, private investigation. Sure.
Yeah.
You got it all worked out.
Guarantee my f***ing IQ is higher than yours, buddy. Guarantee.
Maybe.
Yeah. No maybe about it.
Maybe.
Guarantee it.
It's possible.
I'm smart enough to not violate people's rights. I'm smart enough to expose corrupt cops. Yeah. Just like I exposed your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are. Yeah. A lot of people see you on YouTube.
That's fine.
Yeah, I know it's fine. I've got no problem with it. I'm not the one that got to go home tonight night, pretend I'm a hero, go to my family tonight and pretend I'm a hero, protecting people's rights. And this world that we live in with all the terrorism and everything.
Yeah, you're not being insulting at all.
Yeah. Like you deserve any better. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna just go wait up at my vehicle.
Yeah,
I
sir,
don't-
listen to me. Do not go. I do not know what's in
I
your
didn't
vehicle.
say in. I did not say
You're
in.
gonna either wait here or you're gonna leave. You're not going in that near
I
that
said I'm
vehicle.
just gonna go stand
You're not
over there.
going near that vehicle. I do not know what's in that vehicle, and the way you're acting right now, I don't trust you. You're gonna either stand here wait for the supervisor, or you're gonna tell me you're gonna leave, and then we're gonna get in our car and leave.
Am I being detained?
How would you like to? What did I just tell you? You can leave, but then we're leaving. That's the bottom line. If you're going back to the vehicle, we're gonna get
Go
out.
ahead and leave. I'll wait for the supervisor.
She's not coming up here by herself. I can tell you that right now. She's not, and I would not allow her
I'm
to come
such a
up here by
scary
herself.
guy. Is it okay if I put my ID back in my wallet?
Absolutely.
Okay. I have no weapons on me.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to make any further
Absolutely.
movements. Make sure you don't pull your weapon and shoot me,
Absolutely,
okay?
Sir. You can put your ID back in your pocket.
All right, I appreciate that. All right, I'm going to move now, okay?
Okay.
Oh, I know what it is. You're a Gators fan, and I'm wearing Seminoles. That must be what it is. I am in Gator country. You can be honest. Is that what it is? You have no problem with this officer's illegal actions, officer? He's not violating my Fourth Amendment? How come you all automatically say it's arguing? I'm just asking you a question. And because you don't want to answer it, you want to classify it as arguing. Does it sound like we're arguing? Or does it sound like I'm trying to communicate with you and ask you a question? You want nothing to do with that, right? Incredible. Tax dollars hard at work, gentlemen. How you doing, ma'am?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. My name is Mike Hoffman.
Okay, I'm Sergeant Phillips,
Your ID number, Sergeant Phillips?
409.
Okay. Has this officer explained to you what's happened?
It's my understanding someone called in about your vehicle being parked on private property.
Okay.
All right. And then that you weren't happy with the way they were handling it, and
Okay.
so they called me.
May I ask you, is what I'm doing sitting here, is that a crime?
If this is private property, yes.
Okay. It's public easement, is it not?
Without looking at,
You know what public easement is,
I know what an
correct?
easement is,
Okay. All right. Now, you're a sergeant, so I know you've been
Correct.
on the force for a while.
Correct.
I'm sure, although not semantically accurate with the law, you're probably accurate enough to know how far easement goes off the road. And the fact that someone pulled right off the shoulder is on public easement. I mean, if you would give me that much? Okay.
Okay.
Let's go with this. Let's assume that I'm on public easement. Where I'm parked, is that a crime?
well, let me ask you this. Do you have a purpose for being here?
I do.
What's that?
I don't need one. I will articulate to you why I'm here,
Okay.
but I don't need one. I can be simply parked there for no reason whatsoever. Will we agree that is not a crime?
Well, I'm not going to argue right now, easement or not, okay? I'm saying right now we're here for a reason. Someone called us to come check out your vehicle and what they're doing parked in front of their house.
And that is totally acceptable, and I have no issue with that.
Okay.
I think you're doing your job
Right.
there, and I think that's your job, and I have
Right.
no issue with that.
Okay.
Where I draw the issue is when this deputy over here demanded under the threat of arrest for me to ID myself, when I clearly articulated to this deputy, by the U.S. Constitution, I'm guaranteed a Fourth Amendment right. Not only that, under Florida statute and Florida Constitution, under Florida statute, he must either have RAS or PC that I've either committed a crime or about to commit a crime.
I'm going to stand over here if you don't mind.
Yeah. About to commit a crime before or be under arrest before I am required by law to present an ID.
Hold on just 1 second. 49.
I truly admire Mike for firmly calling for a supervisor and relying on legal knowledge to defend himself against abuse of power. But I also feel sadness and heaviness hearing him admit that complaints often get swept under the rug because of the thick blue line, the powerful silent shield among police colleagues. This story isn't just about one man. It exposes a painful reality about the barriers citizens face in seeking justice.
So now these deputies are going to try to find a reason to jam me up. Okay, so do you agree with what I just said?
Well, let me, like you said, we're here for a reason.
I don't
okay?
disagree.
All right. So when we make contact with someone, that's the first thing we do is identify them so we know who we're out with.
That's your
okay?
policy. I agree with that. But again, I'm talking about the law when he has a right to demand under the color of authority code, U.S. Code 18, Section 242, which is deprivation of rights under the color of law. When you all put that badge on and take an oath, you become what's under the color of law. You have authority given to you. And he must meet certain requirements in order to use that authority under the color of law. What he did was threaten me with arrest if I did not give him ID. I articulated to him that he had to have certain standards met to demand ID from me. Isn't that correct?
Have you, at any point, have you given them ID or no?
I had to. He said he was going to lock me up. He said he was going to arrest me.
So you provided ID. Obviously,
under the threat of being arrested.
Okay, so obviously we know who you are.
Yes.
All right, and you said you would explain to me your purpose for being
I'm
here,
an
right?
investigator, as I explained to him.
Private investigator?
That's correct. Before I gave him my ID, I said, look, I'm an investigator, I'm working. He wanted to know who I was working. I told him it was none of his damn business who I was working. And actually, under the law, if I'm not allowed to tell law enforcement, I can get in trouble with the law if I tell you who I'm working.
I don't...
Statute 493.
Well, I know in the past when we
What?
have a...
I never asked.
I'm sorry?
I never asked you who you're working.
Okay, would you like me to stop the
All
video?
right, hold on.
You want to stand fast
Hey,
on that, deputy?
Listen, I'm standing here to help. Okay, just...
Yeah, but he just told a lie.
Okay, well, I know in the past when people are working as a private investigator, they will call our communications
yes.
to let them know I'm out here at this address so we don't get calls like this, right? So
and
we could have avoided this whole
Well,
situation.
no, that's not necessarily true. And you are correct. That's something we normally do. It is a courtesy. It's not a requirement.
Right.
But I have found in the recent past, irregardless if I call in or not, I'm approached. I've had deputies tell me it doesn't make a difference if you called in. I have to come out and approach you. So it does no good to call in. And at times, calling in has got me burnt on cases. So I use my discretion on whether I'm going to call in or not. This wasn't my starting point, so normally when you do call in, it's from a starting point. I can't call in every time I go mobile.
Move location?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So it would be a nuisance for me to call 5 or 6 times when my subject goes mobile. Okay, now I'm at this location. It's you know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
So now again, I acknowledge what you're saying. You are correct in that. But let's get back to the semantical part and why I'm upset. Why this deputy violated my rights, and I want to lock you down on that because I feel you're being somewhat invasive in that. I know I'm right. I know I'm right. I'm an activist in my personal life. I've been an investigator for 16 years. I'm ex-law enforcement. He wants to say it's a joke because it was in the Department of Corrections. Okay, whatever. It was 20 years ago. Whatever. And I say that just to try to get some professional courtesy. Bottom line, Sergeant, he violated my Fourth Amendment, and he thinks it's okay. He thinks he's done nothing wrong. I'm going to file an internal affairs complaint on him, but I want to start. And nothing. I'm not kidding myself. Nothing's going to come of it. All right. I've been doing my activism for years. And it's not a thin blue line, it's a thick ass blue line. I used to be part of it. I understand it. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. But I have an issue. I want this gentleman count. First of all, I want you to acknowledge
Well, I guess what like you said, if your prior law enforcement corrections, whatever, and you said professional courtesy, it seems like you would have extended that to them.
I did.
When
I got out of the vehicle, I raised my arms, told him I had no weapons. I lifted my shirt up. I turned around to give him officer safety, so he has no concern.
Okay.
That's his immediate concern. Am I a threat to him?
Right.
Okay, I expelled that threat. Then I came over and we were talking, and he says, well, I want your ID. I said, well, Deputy, I said, please don't get me wrong. I know where this is about to go. I explained to him I'm an activist in my personal life and I stand up for my rights. And I explained to him, it's not that I don't want to give you my ID, but because I'm an activist, I stand firm on my constitutional rights. I explained to him about the Fourth Amendment, and I explained he doesn't have a legal right to demand my ID.
Well, we're here for a call. We're here for a purpose. It's not like this was a self-initiated call. We got a call from a citizen. We have a legal right to be here.
Yes.
And
yes.
to find out who you are and know what you're doing.
But see, you don't have a legal right to ID me. Are you? And I'm looking for nobody will answer. When I confronted him on that, he wants to turn around and laugh and smile. But what I said, is it not true or is it true? And I'll repeat what I said. In the state of Florida, for a Terry stop, okay?
This isn't a Terry stop.
Exactly. It wasn't a traffic, and I'm not required to produce ID. This is not a stop and ID state. In the state of Florida, under statute, in order for me to be required to ID myself, you must either suspect me of committing a crime or about to commit a crime, and you must either have PC of that or RAS. He kept on saying his reasonable suspicion was just suspicion. That's what he thinks his standard is for me to be required to ID. And I asked him, sir, suspicion of what crime? And he's like, I don't think you committed a crime. I have suspicion. You're suspicious. You're here. Do you see where I'm going?
I do. But I guess I would like to, at this point, move on, though, and try to get this resolved. I'm sure you obviously have a job to do, right?
Yeah,
You're on.
But how's it going to be resolved? I would like acknowledgement, and if you don't feel comfortable, I'd like for you to say so for the record. Am I correct in my stance about what he needs to demand ID, or is he right? Because again, he threatened me with arrest. It's all on video, his and mine. I will be filing a PRR to get that video and that audio. He's confirmed to me it's all on audio and video. I have mine. I missed most of it because I wasn't recording it right away.
Okay.
It wasn't until he threatened me with arrest that I'm like, well, shit, I need to turn my camera on. You know, this guy's going to put, and he told me, if you don't get your ID out, I'm going to take you to jail. I'm going to arrest you. That's a threat. He's threatening to do bodily harm to me, kidnap me. And I know that may be a funny term, but legally that's what it is when he doesn't have the authority under the color of law to do what he did. And then you know what he tells me? I forgot about this part. He says, I can't be there. He told me to get in my truck and leave. I said, I'm working. I have every right to be there. Then he wouldn't let me go back to my truck. Thinks I'm gonna go get a weapon and shoot him.
Okay. Well, that's officer safety.
Well, no, it's not. I'm not being detained. He doesn't expect me to come around.
No, you're not being detained. But anytime, like on a traffic stop, when we approach a vehicle and someone needs to get something out of their vehicle, we walk with them.
Yeah, but it's over with. He was done with me. He said I couldn't get back in my vehicle until he left. He doesn't have any right to control me like that.
All right. Like I said, you're here on a job, and I know you said you won't tell us who you work for or whatever. Is there any way that we can confirm that you're here doing a private investigate? Or
I gave my investigator's license.
Oh, you did? Okay, I'm
yes,
sorry.
Ma'am.
You didn't tell me that. I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am. I ID myself. That was my ID.
So we know who you are, we know who you work for, and that's why you're here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you talked to... Give me just 1 second.
Yes,
okay?
ma'am.
You looked it up on the public appraiser's website, and of course, the easement somewhere here doesn't exactly identify who...
On state roads, it's 33 feet from the center line.
This isn't a state road.
Let me finish. I believe on county roads, I know I'm right on state roads. I believe county roads is 13 feet. I believe. You know, so I state that because I'm not absolutely sure. State roads, 33 feet. So, again, you know, as soon as since I'm
right, like I said, I want to move forward at this point and try to resolve it. Obviously, like I said, they were here on a call. She's, you know, a mom, young kids. She's saying, I guess there's a bus stop right down here.
I have no problem with none of that.
So when they show up and make contact with you, they have a right to ask for your identification.
Ask. They have a right to ask. He does not have a right to threaten me with arrest, which he did.
Well, honestly, right when they show up on a call and they ask for your ID and you refuse to give it to them when they're here for a lawful reason, that could be considered resisting without. That is an arrestable offense.
I know the subsection for resisting without violence. It's not. See, do you see where I'm going with this? You know, I'm an activist. I'm pretty well versed in the laws. I do this in my personal life. I've been arrested 3 times. I have 2 cases going to the Florida Supreme Court.
Okay.
One of them is over this very same matter, which I'm about to sue the state for $5 million. All right, so I think I'm pretty well versed on what I'm doing. And again, you all can't use, and I apologize for my tone and my what could be perceived as hyper. Yeah, the guy threatened to arrest me, man, take my freedom away. And he doesn't have a right. You all can make excuses or try to justify it. Yes, you have every right to be here. A citizen's concerned.
And to identify you.
You don't, man, you're a deputy. Do you know what the law says? What does the law say?
Because we're here on a call. Like I said, we did not self-initiate. She calls in a suspicious vehicle. She doesn't know the vehicle. She doesn't know if there's someone inside the vehicle. So when we get here, we don't know who you are. We don't know if the bus stop down here, if you're waiting to kidnap a kid. We don't know that if you're a sex offender and not supposed to be by a bus stop. We don't know all that until we identify you.
But what does the law say about you demanding ID? That's what I'm asking you to say, because that's what this whole issue's over. We're dancing around it with every other thing. I don't disagree with you on anything you said, except the semantical point of demanding ID. I mean, and again, you've yet to answer that. I've told you 3 times what the law says, very succinctly, and you've not yet acknowledged it or denied it. And I would think a deputy of the statute of sergeant would be pretty well versed in what it takes to demand ID under the color of law. U.S. Code 18242, deprivation of rights under the color of law. Okay?
Well, you're convinced that you're right, based on your knowledge of the law and stuff like that.
Will you do this for me? Will you research it today? And just out of I would say professional courtesy, but I'm not going to get any. You're not at all. You've been very polite. You haven't threatened me with violence or arrest. You've been very polite. You've been patient with me. I appreciate that more than you know. There's many times I get the attitude these 2 deputies have shown. This guy here don't want to open his mouth, and this guy here thinks everything's a joke. Okay? So what I'm asking you to do is, for the future, please take 15-20 minutes today, research the law, and I'll give it to you one final time. In the state of Florida, the statute says to demand, not ask, to demand ID, you must have reasonable, articulable suspicion that I've committed, or PC, that I've committed a crime or I'm about to commit a crime.
Right, and we don't know why you're here if you are about to commit a crime until we identify who you are.
Do you know what that means? You don't get to use that as an excuse. Reasonable, articulable suspicion means you must be able to articulate what crime I've either committed or about to commit. You don't get to say, oh, well, we think you might commit a crime. You might be a bank robber. You might be wanted. You might be a child molester. You might be just
Which, like you said, though, you understand our concern when we pull up and don't know why.
I do, but I also expect you of taking an oath to the Florida Constitution, the U.S. Constitution, and being a servant to the citizens. I expect you to uphold the law, because you guys take every opportunity to say that I'm enforcing the law. But when I see officers break the law, they're not so quick to stand fast on it. And that's what that deputy has done. He has broken the law by violating my constitutional rights. And I know that's maybe all, we can just brush that aside. That's no big deal. We're doing what we're supposed to do. I'm asking you to really look deep into it, what I'm saying. We're losing our way in this country, deputy. Citizens' rights are getting violated. Citizens are getting killed. This guy wouldn't even let me go back to my vehicle. He acted like I was a terrorist.
All right.
So we're done. I appreciate it.
I guess, are you going to move?
I'm going to stay there. Okay. I have a legal right to be there.
Okay.
I'm not, and normally if I see a person come out,
you'll get out and talk.
I'm like, hey, I'm an investigator. Here's my license. I show them my ID real quick. Number one, they're not law enforcement, but I want to put them at ease. I understand. If some knucklehead was parked in front of my house,
you would
no, I wouldn't.
Or you go out.
Damn right.
But a female home by herself probably
I understand that, and that's why I try to do everything. If I saw her, ma'am, I'm an investigator. If you feel comfortable, call the sheriff. If that makes you feel more comfortable, here's my license. Because I don't want this.
Right. Well,
I don't
either.
But I appreciate your time very much. I asked you 2 things. I'd like you to research the law, and if you verify what I said is true, I want him counseled. I will be doing a PRR on his video and audio, and I will be filing an internal affairs complaint because I believe I'm steadying my claim. Thank you for your time, ma'am. Is it okay for me to go to my vehicle? Okay, thank you.
And although justice is sometimes surrounded by walls of silence, the power of truth and resilient will remains a torch guiding those who never stop fighting. 5 police cars block the road to handle an incident, then ticket the person they're blocking. A scene that sparks outrage and erodes trust in justice.
Yeah, your department's gonna get so many phone calls today.
Probably.
They will. YouTube's gonna love you guys. Tyrants. A district.
Okay.
On a cold winter morning in Buffalo, New York, Jay, host of the News Now Buffalo channel, was simply shoveling snow outside his home when 5 police vehicles surrounded him, blocking the exit. When he raised his camera to record and asked them to move so people could pass, the officers coldly cited a mental health crisis as their reason to hold their position. Jay firmly defended his right to film and directly pointed out that the obstruction came from the police. Instead of respect, Jay was charged with obstructing traffic and fined, a blatant abuse of power suppressing citizens' rights and wasting resources that should serve the public.
How about you not block the road? How about you not block the road? There's people trying to get through.
Why are you trying to?
I can film the police in the line of their duty.
You're right, you can.
Yep, I'm not in your car. I'm filming your car. That's what I do.
Okay, all right.
That's what I do.
Understood. What's
Yep.
your name?
My first name's Jay. What's your name and badge number?
John Bannister, 3543.
What's your name and badge number?
Right there.
Is that right there, R-I-G-H-T or R-I-T-E? What's your name and badge number?
I don't understand the question.
What's your name and badge number?
Right here, 3637
Right here, R-I-T-E or R-I-G-H-T?
GHT.
G-H-T. All right, officer right here. Can you guys, one of you move the car out of the road?
No, we can't. As soon as we're concluding with this 911 call, we'll move the car, okay?
So look at all these people blocked in.
I understand that. I know it's an inconvenience, but we're here to help crisis services.
Mm-hmm.
So that takes obligation over most of the everything. I thought that we were over to the side enough that people get through. If we're not, I apologize. Okay. I mean, we're just concluding a 911 call. You're making it hard for us to do that. So could you calm down?
You were not out here when I approached the car. You guys came out to see what I was doing when I started filming the car, which I'm allowed to do.
Well, we just saw you touching it.
So I can touch it all I want as long as I don't open the door. Yes, I can. I paid for this car.
Personally?
It's taxpayer funded.
Okay.
Yep.
I bet.
What?
I bet.
Yeah.
We're done with the 911 call.
Where's the lieutenant at? Another car blocking the road.
Sorry, man. We're here for a mental health crisis.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I like your camera stick, man.
Appreciate it. You guys are blocking the road. This is ridiculous.
Do you have a car that needs to go somewhere?
There's a lady parked in the middle of the road trying to get groceries home. She has to be somewhere. You pulled up and blocked her as she was coming down the road. He did. Whoever drove this car blocked this lady on purpose. Okay. This is not necessary. Look at those other 3 cars parked down the road, out of the way. This right here is not necessary. This right here isn't necessary. It doesn't matter if I know her. A district, always looking like a fool on the camera, all the time. We really appreciate it. Check out my YouTube channel, News Now Buffalo. Subscribe and like. Yeah, how about you move the car? That'd be awesome. Well, at least let this lady out. That car's got to go too. Sometime today. See how hard that was?
Sir, don't trip.
My safety is not your concern. Supreme Court has ruled my safety is not your concern.
Can you get out of her way so you can move?
Quit barking orders. Come on.
Sir, you gotta get out of her way.
I'm not in her way. I'm helping her. Stop talking to me. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Now, if I wouldn't have come over here, she would have been sitting there this whole time because you guys are inconsiderate. What's he hiding in his car? He don't want me to see. One of you viewers, you'll spot it. You guys catch everything. What is he hiding?
Get off.
I can do this. I'm
No,
gonna
you can't.
Yes, I can.
Touch. Back off.
I can do this
Sir,
all
listen,
I want.
back off, okay?
What's your name,
You are
badge number?
obstructing right now.
What's your name, badge number?
Back is right here. You're filming it, okay? Get back on the sidewalk and get out of the street.
I am able
Stop.
to be in the
You are
street.
talking about blocking the street. You're blocking the street,
There's
right?
nobody in the street trying to get through.
The lady actually thanked us, but she said you were in the way, so
Okay.
Stay away from the police vehicle. Let us do our job, and we will be out of here.
we're gonna have an ambulance coming up to get this gentleman to where he needs to go.
Yeah.
That's why we're here to begin with.
Yep.
We didn't just pull on this for no reason.
Just get back on the sidewalk.
Can you get your supervisor over here?
No, I can't. Now, can you please go get on the sidewalk?
I'm able to stand in the street. Why can't I
No,
be in
you
the street?
cannot stand in the street.
There's
You're
cars
obstruct-
right-
It's called disorderly conduct. You're obstructing traffic. Get on the sidewalk.
Thank you for being so understanding.
No, I'll file complaints against all of you.
File complaint.
Internal Affairs will be hearing about you.
Okay.
Unlawful orders.
Are you with me, ma'am?
Yeah, so
Okay, can I write a ticket for you blocking the sidewalk of your vehicle?
go for it.
All right.
We're getting ready to pull out when these people were in the way.
Okay, you feel free to pull on right out now if you'd like.
That's what we're working on.
Okay, well, working on it would be getting in the car and pulling away.
So just leave.
I live here. You leave.
We were called here.
Yeah, now stop talking to me. Walk away.
We show up on Spalding.
Walk away. I no longer wish to engage with you.
Okay. Well, we're here for this house.
Okay, so go back to work.
I'm here.
Tyrants over here at A District. YouTube's gonna love you guys today. They're gonna eat you up.
Okay.
Yeah, your department's gonna get so many phone calls today.
Probably.
They will. YouTube's gonna love you guys. Tyrants. A District.
Okay.
That would not be a good idea for you to write that ticket right now. This is all on video. My driveway was blocked. It's all on video.
Is this your vehicle, ma'am?
She doesn't have to answer that question. This is a lawsuit. Just wait, buddy. You guys prevented me from pulling out of the driveway, so giving me this ticket is not a good idea. Not a good idea, bud. YouTube's gonna love you guys.
I'm sure everyone's gonna be very
Yeah,
impressed.
your lieutenant's gonna be pissed. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. This is all on video. How's it going? Dealing with some tyrant cops over here. Well, they had an emergency and then they started blocking the road. Now this guy's writing me a ticket because I couldn't get out, but my car's in the driveway. Yeah.
Okay, obviously there was an emergency over there.
Yep.
Yeah, I walked by it. I was wondering what the hell was happening there.
Look at this. Car struggling to get through.
You should be careful. They don't block the traffic. According to the officers. parking right down the middle of the street. Where's her obstruction charge? She got a ticket? Damn, all that traffic she's blocking.
When power is exercised unfairly, public trust in justice gradually erodes. Only oversight and legal awareness can uphold democracy. Police often use calls from citizens as a shield to intrude into private lives. But is it truly about maintaining order, or is it a thin line leading to infringement on freedom?
We're just here to check you out.
Yeah, you still haven't. What are you still looking for?
Huh?
What are you still looking for?
I can look at the vehicle, sir.
Okay, can you put my stuff back? Since
No, that's officer safety. You have a knife.
In Rhode Island, a citizen sitting in his car near a bike path and park was approached by police after receiving a call reporting that he was sleeping in the vehicle. The police cited regulations banning sleeping in vehicles in this area, especially after dark. However, the citizen firmly stated he was awake, and even if he were sleeping, it would not be a crime under state law. He persistently questioned the legality of the order to leave, demanded the officers keep their distance, and pointed out via Google Maps that the area was open 24/7. Despite no suspicion of criminal activity, the police proceeded with a check and warned of fines if the car remained after curfew, causing the citizen to feel threatened and that his basic constitutional rights were being violated.
Sleeping here and residing here, and I've seen you multiple times.
okay, I go down. I'm on this parking lot is for the path, the bike
You
path.
can't sleep here. You can't reside.
I'm not sleeping right now. Did you see me sleeping?
We're getting calls that you're sleeping.
Okay, I'm not sleeping right now.
Okay.
Me and him are awake. We're having
You
a
guys
conversation.
You guys both.
Huh?
You guys both reside in this vehicle. Like you guys both.
Nobody resides in any vehicles.
Okay. But all right. Do you mind just leaving? Because we're getting calls of you guys sleeping here.
Yeah, I was about to walk to the store.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
But can you move your vehicle somewhere else?
This is a public parking lot.
But we're getting calls of sleeping here. You can't be sleeping in a public park.
I'm not sleeping right now. Did you see me sleeping?
Hey, Matt.
Is that illegal?
No, it's not illegal. But you
Okay.
can't be sleeping inside the vehicle.
Okay, that's not illegal, is it?
So we're getting calls for it.
That's not a crime, though.
Appreciate you.
Am I being detained?
No, we're just here to talk to you.
All right. If I'm not being detained, I'd appreciate if you. Whoa. If I'm not being detained, I'd appreciate if you get back out of my personal space.
No, it's a knife.
All right. If I'm not being detained, I'd appreciate if you back out of my personal space.
All right, sir. Dairy B is asking you to vacate the premises if you're not going to purchase any food for them, okay? We're asking you.
Okay, Jerry's parking lot is on the other side. This parking lot is for the bike path.
Okay, listen.
This parking lot is for the
Get
bike
reports
path.
that you've been sleeping in the vehicle, and this is where you are, okay?
Is that illegal?
You can't be sleeping in the vehicle.
Officer 55, is that illegal?
You cannot be sleeping in
That's
the
not a crime in the state of Rhode Island. That is not a crime in the state of Rhode Island.
Well, we're just asking you to leave for now. That's okay. I got it.
If I'm not suspected of any crime, and I'm free to go, can you guys please get out of my personal space? You just said I'm not suspected of a crime. Why are you pushing on my door now? What are you investigating? You're saying sleeping is not a crime.
No, you can't be here.
Sleeping is not a crime. I'm not allowed in the parks.
No, we're getting calls from Dairy B saying that you're here sleeping inside the vehicle and you've been here.
Me and him are hanging out together. There's nobody
I
sleeping.
just saw you the other day here. You guys always here.
Well, this is a beautiful place, a beautiful public park where I'm allowed to be. Why would I not be here?
Yeah, but you're sleeping here. We're getting calls that
I'm
you're
not,
sleeping.
did you just see me sleeping here?
No, but we're getting calls.
Just
that you
because you see me laying down playing a video game doesn't mean I'm sleeping or watching a movie.
Well, you can't-
That doesn't mean this is a public place.
Well, you know the park closes at sunset?
Do you guys have a sign for that?
Huh?
You have a sign for that?
Should be a sign over there. but
Okay, because
all
Google
public
Maps
parks
says
are
this
free.
is open 24/7 for Google Maps says this is open 24/7 for the bike path
Well, we're just
because the
asking-
bike path is open 24/7.
It's calling. They are
Okay,
here.
their parking lot is on the other side of the property.
All right, but you're.
And if you really must know, since you don't want to get out of my personal space,
I'm not-
I've been looking at the business for a friend that was thinking about purchasing it. He's wondering if the place is actually having business.
Well, it does have business.
Okay, well, I haven't seen any. That's why I'm here. So I'm here for business. I'm here for business, and I'm in public. I'm in a public park. I don't need to prove anything. Do you suspect me of a crime?
Go for it.
Am I suspected of a
We're
crime?
just here to check your well-being.
Okay,
So,
I'm
and
fine.
we want you.
I'm
to leave
fine.
the premises.
I'm in a public. You just said I'm allowed to be here until sunset. You just said.
So if I come back on Sunset and you're still here,
There's no, the Google Maps says this is open past sunset. Says it's open 24/7. So are you threatening me, Officer 94? Why are you still bantering me?
Oh, you're bantering me.
Okay, well, you could be on your way then.
What is it?
You could be on your way if you don't suspect me of a crime.
Matt, how we doing, bud? All right, so listen. Right now, you're okay to be here. Right now. But once it gets dark and past dark, the vehicle cannot be here, okay?
Okay, Google Maps says this is open 24/7 for the bike path. Right, Google Maps says this bike path park is open 24/7.
Not after dark.
You guys should correct that or put a sign out. You guys, okay. You guys should correct that.
After dark, you can be cited, okay?
Okay, so can you stop threatening me and be on your way? You've been in my personal space. You're detaining me without a reasonable suspicion of a crime.
You didn't say that. We're just here to check you out.
Yeah, you still haven't. What are you still looking for?
Huh?
What are you still looking for?
I can look at the vehicle, sir.
Okay, can you put my stuff back? Since
No, that's officer safety. You have a knife. That's close to us.
you have no reason to be here.
We do have reasonable call here.
You had no reasonable expectation of any crime right now. You're still bantering with me for more than 5 minutes. And you said I was I was awake, breathing when you showed up.
Continue arguing with you.
All right, good.
Right
Thank
now,
you.
you're fine.
All
After
right.
dark, vehicle can't be here.
All right.
Be here, okay?
All right.
If you are still here, you get cited for it.
All right, my lawyer will be here when you guys get here.
Fishing the other day over there, they say 9 o'clock.
Huh?
I came there, flashed the light.
There's no signs here. Google Maps says it's open all night.
Well,
When calls from citizens become grounds to challenge fundamental freedoms, we must ask, where is the boundary between security and excessive control? If you value freedom, wish to see justice fairly served, and believe every citizen can become a defender of their own rights, join me in following these stories, struggles, and real legal lessons. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a crucial moment, because every raised voice is a small flame spreading hope and change. Thank you for joining me on this journey to protect freedom and justice. See you in the next video, where we don't just watch, but learn how to stand strong and defend our own rights.